Ta-da, ta-da. Whoopa.
Woo!
The front of the camel is better than the back of the camel.
Yeah, the back of the camera is acting up.
This is good right here. Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect right here. Because who's ready? There we go. All right, yes. I know I speak on behalf of Sterling and Siobhan by saying welcome to everybody and thank you for being here. Let's get to it. Sterling has asked me to say some words. I met Sterling almost 5 years ago when I was interviewing him for a job at the restaurant that we're all sitting at today. He was basically the Sterling that we all know and love. Affable, awkward, intelligent, with a great sense of humor. He clearly wasn't a typical server, which was great because I was opening a place where I didn't want to hire typical servers. After the interview, as I was walking him out, he quietly mentioned that he had fairly severe social anxiety disorder. And he was incredibly nervous about interacting with customers. But he had sought out this position because he thought it was a way for him to improve this aspect of his life. And as is typical for Sterling, he wanted me to know the extent of his deficiencies in this area because he would totally understand if I didn't want to take on somebody with his problems. So here I am, hiring someone who just admitted quite clearly and unequivocally that he was terrified of interacting with strangers for a job whose primary responsibility is interacting with strangers. I suppose what made me want to hire Sterling wasn't his affability or his humor or that sixth sense that you get when you meet someone like Sterling who you just know to be good to the core, although I detected all of those things. It seemed clear to me that anyone who has the strange constitution to confront an unknown, terrifying thing, something that the person knows is going to be unpredictably frightening, and to approach that thing clear-eyed and directly, well, that's kind of the sort of person that I'd want to work alongside, and the sort of person that I think everyone here would want to surround themselves with. I've been lucky to work alongside Sterling ever since. All right, segue alert. Marriage is another unknown, terrifying thing. There's a funny tendency at weddings to mix the celebratory mood with a sort of whitewashed, cautionary tone, the whole love is patient thing, where we're supposed to kind of scare them, but also kind of celebrate them. Everyone who has been married, of course, knows how unknowable and how terrifying that this sort of commitment can be. But I don't feel like I need to speak to that, because I've known Sterling long enough to know that taking on the unknown, taking on the terrifying, and doing it directly with clear eyes and a giant heart is exactly the sort of thing that he knows how to do. Only this time, he has the great good fortune to do it with an extraordinary partner in Siobhan. So, let's get down to business. We have rings.
Where are the rings?
It's a monkey purse. The camel's doing as best they can.
Yes.
There's a quarter in there. Okay, all right. Is this for her?
That's for her.
This is for you. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
The quarter is for
And then
you.
I'll go ahead and give you his. You guys exchange rings. I don't have anything profound about a circle and whatnot, but just go ahead and
Give me your
put the ring on.
the pink finger.
Pink finger. Here's our color coded though.
Does that hurt?
Look out. It won't fit. Just keep pushing. Done.
How do you make
Done.
Okay, now we're about to make it official. Sterling,
Yes.
do you totally commit yourself to Siobhan as your partner and friend for the rest of your life?
I do.
Do you totally commit yourself to Sterling as your partner and friend for the rest of your life?
I do too.
I have by the power vested in me by Bexar County, the state of Texas, and the internet, I have the great honor of pronouncing these two husband and wife. Please do what's next.
Yay!